wanting to wish you all a happy holiday here. Asking ourselves this question: is what I'm doing today, is it motivation? Is it meditation? Is it inspiration? Because if it's not one of the three, I don't want it. What is a process? What sets somebody aside who's going to succeed versus failure? It's not trying, it's the ability to try, it's the ability to put in the time, the effort, the mentality to continue and utilize what works and what actually is going to bring you closer towards your goals. See, a lot of times we're trying to do something that we enjoy and that we find as a process, but we forget about our ability. We forget about what we actually truly focus on. And so when we turn our energy is able to be utilized into a reality, when what you're focused on and you're utilizing and the skills that you have inside start to match up, quite amazing things happen. And a lot of times when you're facing challenges, we like to look at the thing that we like the most, the thing that we like to do. And we sometimes pick one or two things. However, if we focus on the first thing, then the rest of them will almost immediately start taking care of themselves. Ultimately, I'm talking about the ability to be successful. I'm talking about the ability to open your mind, to open your being, to be one with your journey. And it's not just going to happen in a matter of time. It's going to take time. It's going to take the ability to study yourself, to work on yourself, to build yourself. And as you're doing so, challenges are going to come your way. As you're doing so, you're going to be asked, what does it take to be me? And if you're not with a response and a mentality where you're achieving it, then what are you doing? What is it that you're getting after? What is it that you're facing off against? Because your challenges are what build you. Your challenges are what bring you closer towards success, closer towards achieving your goals. When you're not being pushed to a limit where nobody else is willing to go to achieve the things that nobody else is willing to achieve, then you're not growing. And growth does not come easy. It is not just given to you. It takes learning, it takes patience, it takes action. And you can't get that action unless you're willing to fail, unless you're willing to put your mind into a place where your strength is beyond where other people are willing to go. And when I'm out here driving, that's what I realize, is that, there's those people that would stop at hour 8, hour 9. But what about hour 10, hour 11? What about then? What about hour 12? Where's your mind, friends? What is it that you're truly getting after? What is it that you want? What is it that if you could achieve this one thing, it would be the thing that you would achieve? And how do you work on it? How do you put your time, your effort, your ability into it? And that's a question that I ask every single day. How can I do things better? How can I serve the people that are around me? How can I take care of those that also are a part of my journey, a part of my path? So when you're facing challenges, remember that the stuff that you've been through is there to support you. It's there to help you to grow. It's there to help you to believe in yourself and to believe in your being, that it's possible. You know, there's so many challenges that we face off against on a daily basis that we don't even realize, that we don't even put our mind to. And as we're working through those challenges, we can find a way to overcome them too. We can find a way to continue even when we don't feel the success happen. That if you can have a process, if you can have a ability to face off against challenges and overcome those challenges over and over again without a limited mind. A limited mind is a mind that's not controlled by your own reality, that's not controlled by your own ability. See, I was just listening recently to Zuckerberg talk about how he has his company and he doesn't have a boss. And he's like, okay, well, they can't fire me. Are we that strong in mind that we can get there? Or are we not? And that was the strength in the 1920s, the 1940s. The strength inside that these people had was to build something that was solid, that was lasting. And for some reason, our society has lost that. Welcome, welcome. I'm talking about how the values, welcome, Kayla, welcome, Leon. I'm talking about the values that they had in the 1920s, 1940s, and the 1950s, and how those people built their own jobs. They actually didn't work for somebody else. They actually worked for themselves. Welcome to follow my channel, subscribe. And during those times, things were so difficult. They almost had to build it themselves. And some of those companies are still around today. And the reason why they're still around was because when other people were not succeeding, they were willing to fail. They were willing to try. They were willing to put in the time. They were willing to put in the effort. Welcome, Kayla. And they not only put in the time, the ability, and the effort, they became the time, the ability, and the effort. And as I'm out here getting ready to pick up a private client on my own transportation company, I'm learning about that. I'm learning about how the Andrew Carnegies and the Rockefellers and the people who when there were people making 50 cents, these people had $100 million. Okay. When we open our minds to become business owners, when we open our minds to having a mentality that goes beyond where other people would be willing to go, then we have a chance. And, you know, I think that we live in one of the weakest times because we have so much available to us, but so little people that are actually achieving their dreams. We have so little people that are using the tools to build for themselves. We have so little that are out there that are hunting for themselves. They're trying to be a part of a tribe instead of build their own. And you know, I've heard many motivational speakers talk about hunters and gazelles. and to be a lion. That who truly is out there after it? Who truly is a true lion? Who's one who, hello, who's one that actually is a business owner out there, goes through getting all the certifications, goes through getting all the stuff required to be able to build it on their own. And the many out there that are part of the masses, that what separates the mind, what separates one's ability, one's mentality is that even when the natives, there were two different groups of natives. There were those who were hunters, and there are those who were gatherers. And granted, we all understand that there is space for gatherers, and there is many out there that are also gatherers. However, who is out there that's an actual true hunter? Who is out there that is not just going to grow, but also going to be the leaders? Who is out there that is going to actually have a mind strong enough to where they are able to go hunt, strong enough where they are able to prepare themselves, strong enough to where when they're asking this question, is what I'm doing today, is it motivation, is it meditation, is it inspiration? If it's not one of the three, I don't want it, can actually mean it. So when I'm sitting here waiting for my client to come, I'm reminded that it's in simplicity that all things are formed, that all things become, that by just trying and making the attempt and putting in the ability, it separates those that will and those that are not. And who wants to be out there that wants to be actually separated from those that are not? Everything that they are not is what I want to become. I want to become somebody who is unique, who is different, who is not formed by somebody else's shape or somebody else's form. To be able to truly express yourself, to truly be able to manifest, to go beyond, to be laughed at and at the same exact time enjoyed. And many fail in the process of succeeding by not understanding that failure and success are one and the same. That to succeed, you are going to fail. To succeed, you are going to fall short. You're not going to be able to do everything perfect. And in not being able to do it perfect, that's when you build yourself. That's when you build the strength. That's when the failures become the person who's willing to face the storms, willing to be that person inside, to have something greater than what other people have. And that it doesn't just give itself to you, friends. It doesn't just say, oh my goodness, you're going to have to get after it. You're going to have to believe and dream and manifest through writing it down, through execution. And when you're the people around you that say it's not possible, are you still strong enough to continue? Are you still strong enough to focus when others would fail? And as I get on here and I reminded that failure and success are part of the journey, part of our purpose, part of our challenges. I want to share that with you guys as I sit here with the joy of actually waiting for a customer to come to be able to get in the car at 11:05, that you can too. You can succeed when you start to be willing to fail. When you're willing to fail till the point where it becomes success, then on the other side of that wall is success, friends. Is challenge, is a journey, is a path that you can achieve. And as I'm sitting here and I'm sharing this with you guys, when videos aren't perfect or they are perfect, what is it that I'm trying to express? I'm trying to build a community of focused-minded people, of focused-minded ability, that you can become business owners, that you can become able. And the mind is strong enough, friends. The mind is strong enough place that it can achieve it. And it's going to have to face things that nobody else is going to be willing to face. You're going to have challenges that nobody else is willing to face off against. And you're going to have successes and failures in that process. If you can enjoy the failures, then you know the successes are on their way. I do hope that you all have a blessed day out there. As always, blessings, blessings, and namaste. Please subscribe, like, comment,